Hello, Sagewood students. It is Principal Darden here giving you some information that you need to know about this school year to help you stay safe and be successful and avoid getting in any trouble. And I know you guys are the best students in the world, so hopefully this is all going to be stuff you guys already know. But I do have to share this information with you at the start of the school year just to make sure we're all on the same page and you guys are set up for success. So the first thing I want to go through are some of your rights as students. So you guys are all individuals. You're amazing individual kids who are growing up and becoming amazing people. And so you do have the freedom to express yourself at school, as long as you're not coercing other people to believe what you believe or disrupting school operations or anything like that. But we want you to be yourselves and to be you as you guys are developing into young adults. You also have the freedom to maintain your personal appearance and we don't have a uniform that kids have to wear, but we do ask that your personal appearance is nothing dangerous or interfering with school or causing any disruption in any way. So as long as it's not anything barring that, you're good to go. You do have the right to petition. If there's anything that you'd ever like to change at school, you're welcome to create a petition and submit that to me or someone else at school if there's something you want to change. It doesn't mean something absolutely would happen, but you do have the right to petition if there's something you want to change here at school. You do have the right to bring things into school, your own personal property, but you do need to know that those personal belongings can be searched at any time if we have a reasonable suspicion that you have something illegal or unauthorized here at school. So basically, don't ever bring anything to school that might not be something you would ever bring. You know, it could be something questionable, illegal, anything like that. We'll talk about some specific items in a second, and you'll be good to go. You are responsible for any textbooks and library resources, as well as any technology that is loaned to you, and that you would have to also pay for any damage that might occur or loss that might occur to any of those resources. So make sure you guys just keep all those things that we loan you in good condition, and you'll be good to go. And then while at school-sponsored activities and on-school transportation, or a club, sport, or activity, all school district policies apply. So make sure that whatever context you're in, wherever you are, you guys are following those policies. So let's talk about what some of those rules are. This is, I know, boring, but please make sure you guys give me your full attention and we'll get through this. So first things first, don't bring any weapons to school. Nothing can be brought to school that could be used to hurt somebody. And so knives, firearms, anything that could be construed as a weapon, please do not bring those things to school. If you were to bring a firearm to school, you would automatically be expelled from school. I don't want to see that happen to anybody. So please don't bring anything that even looks like a weapon to school. And you guys know what I'm talking about. So thank you for that. Second thing is drugs and alcohol are something we never bring to school. We don't ever use at school. If you are under the influence, in possession of, or you are giving it or selling it to somebody else, those are all huge problems, and we don't ever want to see those happen. So those would include things like prescription drugs, potentially over-the-counter drugs, illegal drugs, alcohol, and you could be facing a suspension or expulsion from school if you were to engage in those things. If you were to distribute drugs or alcohol to someone else on school property, give it to them, sell it to them, it would be an automatic expulsion, which you are removed from school for at least a year. So again, don't want to see that happen to you guys. So thank you for your help with that. Also, we are a tobacco and smoking-free campus. So that includes cigarettes, e-cigarettes, vaping devices, anything that can be used for smoking or tobacco use. We do not have those on campus. Similarly to drugs and alcohol, you can be suspended, or if you're selling or distributing those things, you can be expelled from school. So just make sure you're not bringing any of those things to school like that. If you see or know of anybody who has those things, please come tell us immediately so that we can address it, because we want to keep you guys safe, and those things are not safe to have in school. Next, I want to talk about harassment. Harassment is repeated, unwanted, unwarranted comments or actions based on someone's disability, race, creed, color, sex, sexual orientation, national origin, religion, or ancestry. So saying things to someone, making fun of someone for any of those reasons would be considered harassment. Sexual harassment includes unwelcome sexual verbal advances, saying things to people of a sexual nature, requesting sexual favors from them, or other verbal conduct of a such sexual nature. That would be sexual harassment. And obviously we want to respect everyone here. We don't want to be saying inappropriate things to each other or doing anything physical to each other. So best practice is don't ever say anything or do anything that you wouldn't do with your parents in the room. And let's keep our hands and everything to ourselves. If you see anybody harassing someone, please report it to an adult immediately. Or if you are a victim of harassment, we want you to report it immediately to an adult here at school. We would obviously be having a meeting with your parents. If you were to be doing this to somebody else, looking at counseling, you could be suspended or expelled for harassment. We don't tolerate that at all. Next is bullying. We absolutely do not tolerate bullying in our school at all. We have a great community here at Sagewood where we value each other, we respect one another. So anything that is written, verbal, or pictorial, something drawn, expression, a physical act or a gesture, something you might do to someone or show someone, or a pattern of behavior that is intended to cause distress, which is, stressing somebody out, that has the effect of creating something intimidating, hostile, or offensive, or interferes or disrupts with their educational performance, that would be considered bullying. I think we've all seen or heard bullying at some point in our lives. And like I said, it's not something we tolerate here at Sagewood. And so this also includes anything online. So we are obviously online for a lot these days. And so we expect you to adhere to the same respect that you do in person online as well. So dress code, obviously we expect you guys to come to school looking good, ready to go. We've got a professional atmosphere. You guys see me in my bow tie and my tie every day because this is a professional place and I want you guys to know that we take it seriously. So please make sure you're clean when you come to school. You've got shoes, sandals, or boots at all times. No swimwear can ever be worn to school. Nothing that causes a disruption or a distraction or anything that might be offensive here at school can be worn as well. Nothing that interferes or endangers someone's safety here at school can also be worn. We don't wear hats or head, things that cover our head or dark glasses in the building unless it's a specific religious reason or something. Nothing gang related, and that would be our dress code, short and simple. For conduct on the bus, so bus rules are the same as school rules. So I rode the bus through school, and so please make sure you guys are following your bus driver's rules, not using any inappropriate language, respecting each other on the bus, and you guys should have no problem because you can be removed from the bus if you're not following those bus rules, and we want you guys to enjoy that privilege that you get to ride on the bus. When you're using devices here at school, so the information technology, the school devices, the internet that we have here at school, you should not expect any privacy when you're on school devices or school internet. We can find what you are looking at and searching for, and so please make sure that you're treating your device, other people's devices, school devices with respect. With dignity. You're not searching for inappropriate things. We are very privileged to have all that we have, and so let's treat it with respect, and you should not have any problems with that. If you do damage something, as I said earlier, you may be responsible for that property damage and replacement. Cell phones, quick and easy. Take your cell phone at 7:25 when that bell rings, which it will start ringing, and turn it off and put it into your backpack and let it stay there until 2:40. We are not using cell phones during the day because you have a device. You don't need your cell phone. If you ever need to get in contact with your parents, you can go down to the office and call your parents in the office. Or if your parents need to get a hold of you, your parents can call the office and we will get you whatever message that they have. So please make sure your cell phones are off. If a staff member sees you using a cell phone, they can ask to take that cell phone from you and you must comply with that. We have as you guys saw in our cell phone contract, we've got the offenses listed, but you guys aren't going to have a problem with that. So let's just keep our cell phones off and in our backpack at all times, even during lunches. And then lastly, I want to talk about just you need to be here at school. You need to make sure you're at school every day. That includes every in-person day, every at-home day, and every Friday. So every day that we have school, you need to be logging on. You need to be in your seat here at school. You need to be in front of that computer on Fridays for the live sessions you have with your teachers, because all of those days count towards the number of days that you have to be in school. And so if you miss school, obviously you guys can fall behind. It can impact your learning. If you have 4 unexcused absences or 4 in a month, or 10 excused absences over the course of the year, you're considered habitually truant, which means you're missing way too much school, and we may have to take you to something called the Student Attendance Review Board or to court because you guys have to be in school. It's a legal thing. You guys have to be here, and we want you here because this is the greatest place you could possibly ever want to be. And so those are the things that you guys need to know. That's our code of conduct. I know it's a lot of information, and I just blew through that really fast. So if you guys have questions about any of this, you can refer to the district rights and students' rights and responsibilities, the Code of Conduct and Discipline Handbook on the district website. It's 60-something pages. I just gave you guys a bunch of the highlights that you need to know in order to know what you need to know to stay safe at school. But if you have questions about anything, feel free to ask any adult. Come ask me. We're here to help you guys with anything you need. So have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you.